Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the exercises of the chapter tissue. Students, as you all know, only MCQs will be there in term 1 examination as per CBSE guideline. But for clearing your concepts, these question and answers are very important. Soon we will discuss topic-wise MCQs as well. So let's start. In your chapter, in text and exercise questions are there. So first we will start with in-text question. Your very first question is, what is a tissue? Students, from so many days we are discussing this topic only. I think now you all are familiar about that. What is a tissue? So basically tissues are what? These are group of cells which are similar in structure and function. Mark this word. I am saying similar, not same. Okay, so whether you will talk about meristematic tissue, simple permanent tissue, muscular tissue, these all have similar types of cells. Don't get confused with the word similar because similar doesn't mean same. I know some of the tissues like complex permanent tissues and blood, these tissues are made up of different types of cells. But those cells are somewhat similar in structure. I'm not saying same. And coordinated to perform a particular function. Okay, so moving to our next question, which is, what is the utility of tissues in multicellular organisms? Students, in unicellular organisms, a single cell is capable to perform all the functions, but the cell has division of labor. That means each cell contains numerous organelles which are capable to perform different functions. But in case of multicellular organisms, because of the complexity of their body, the tasks important to the life of an organism are separated and assigned to various tissues. So we can say tissues show division of labor. What about our skin? Our skin is a tissue. So we can also say that tissues provide protection and give structural strength to our body. Now the next question is, name the types of simple tissues. Students, have you remembered what are these? Simple permanent tissues are those which are made up of only one type of cells, and simple permanent tissues are divided as parenchyma, collenchyma and scalenchyma, out of which parenchyma and collenchyma are living and scalenchyma is dead. Okay, now your next question is, where is apical meristem found? So from the diagram you can easily observe that the apical meristem is found at root and shoot tips. We all know that meristematic tissues are classified on the basis of their location, and the location of apical meristem is where it is at root and shoot tips. Now your next question is, which tissue makes up the husk of coconut? And the answer is scalenchymatous tissue because it is dead. Now the next question is, what are the constituents of phloem? Students, we have already discussed that xylem and phloem both are the conducting tissues of the plant and made up of different types of cells. So the four different types of cells are sieve tube, companion cell, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. Out of these, phloem fibers are dead and provide mechanical support to the tissue. Sieve tube transport food and associated with companion cell, and phloem parenchyma stores food. So these are the different constituents of phloem. Now your next question is, name the tissue which is responsible for movement in our body. So the answer is muscular and nervous tissues. Both are responsible for the movement in our body. Let's see how. Students, we know muscles are responsible for rhythmic contraction and relaxation. On the other hand, nervous tissue is responsible for communication. For example, in our heart, there is a continuous rhythmic contraction and relaxation of muscles. But This is controlled by our nervous system. And nervous system sends signals to the heart, and according to that signal, our heart rate can be speed up or slow down. So we can say both are important for the movement in our body. Moving to our next question, what does a neuron look like? If you observe this diagram, you will see a neuron consists of cell body and some hair-like projections. Cell body contains cytoplasm and nucleus. The small branched hair-like projections are known as dendrites, and this long one is known as axon, and its endpoints are known as nerve endings or axon terminals. Okay, so this is the well-labeled structure of a neuron. Now, your next question is, give 3 features of cardiac muscle. If you look at the diagram, you will see these cells are cylindrical, branched, and contain one nucleus, or we can call it as uninucleate. Here you can see faint bends are present, and these are involuntary muscles. That means we can't control these muscles. These muscles are controlled by nervous system. So these are the 3 main features of cardiac muscle. And the last in-text question is, what are the functions of areolar tissue? Students, if we will talk about areolar tissue, this is the filler tissue of our body. That's why it fills the space inside the organs. In addition, it also supports internal organs and help in repair of damaged tissue. So that's all for now. In the next session, we will discuss the other exercises of this chapter. Till then, goodbye and keep watching.